Hi there, back again with me, Miss Devi. So today we are going to learn about the fraction. Are you still remember what is the fraction is? Okay, to give you an idea, let's check the illustration before. Okay, I have one whole pizza and I want to divide it into two slices of pizza like this, horizontally. And I will take one slice of pizza. So this is called a fraction. So fraction have a definition, how many equal parts of a whole. And this part is called 1 out of 2 or 1/2. So it's mean I only take one slice of pizza from whole pizza, which is 2 slices of pizza. And we can read it 1/2 or 1 out of 2. And this is the general form of the fraction A out of B. A is called numerator and B is called denominator. Okay, before we continue to the operation of fraction, we have to know about equivalent fraction and also simplifying the fraction. So, equivalent fraction have a definition, have the same value even though they may look different. Okay, to give you an idea, please check this example. If I have the fraction 1 out of 2, and we want to find the equivalent fraction from 1 out of 2. So we can multiply, even we can divide the fraction with the same number. So, for example, I can multiply with 2 for the numerator, and I have to multiply with the same number for the denominator, which is 2. So I will find 2 out of 4. And then I can find another equivalent fraction. So I can multiply with 2 for the numerator and denominator, and I can find 4 out of 8. So 2 out of 4 and 4 out of 8 is the equivalent fraction of 1 out of 2. And then I can find the division of the fraction. I can divide it, the numerator and denominator with the same number. So I can divide it with 3 for numerator, and for the denominator, I can divide it with 3 as well. So I can find 6 out of 12. And you can follow the same way to find another equivalent fraction. And next, about simplifying fraction, we have to reducing the fraction to make the fraction as simple as possible. So this is the hint, you have to make it really simple. Okay, if I have a question 18 out of 36 and I have to find a simple fraction, so you can divide it with any number for the numerator and denominator. So I can find a 6 out of 12, and we can simplify it more. We can divide it with 3 again, so we can find 1 out of 2. So this is the simple form. So today we will learn about the operation on the fraction. So there are 4 operations on the fraction. Okay, the first one, adding, and then subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So before we solve all the operation of fraction, we have to know about all order or operation. Okay, I have an acronym here, BIDMAS. So we have to start with the bracket, and then after that we have to continue to the indices or power, and then we have to continue to the division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So you have to follow this order. So we'll start with adding the fraction. So this is all the easy steps to adding the fraction. First, you have to make sure that the bottom or the numerator are the same, and then after that you can add the top number, which is the numerator, and you can simplify the fraction. Okay, to give you an idea, let's do an exercise. If I have 1 out of 4 plus 1 out of 2, can you see the denominator are the same? So we just let it be like this, 4, and then we can add the numerator, which is 1 plus 1. So it's equal 2 out of 4. And then we can simplify this fraction. We can divide it with 2. So we can find 1 out of 2. So this is the simple form. And look at the second example. Both of the denominator are different, so we have to make it same first. We have to find the LCM between 3 and 5, which is 15. And then 15 divided with 3 and multiply with 1, and we can find 5 plus 15 divided with 5 and times 1 is equal 3. So 8 divided by 15. So this is the simple form. Okay, now let's move to another operation, which is subtracting fraction. Basically, all the steps are the same with adding the fractions. So let's do an exercise. If I have a question 3 out of 4 minus 1 out of 4, because both of them have the same denominator, so we just need to subtract the numerator, which is 3 minus 1, so it's equal to 2 out of 4. And we can simplify this fraction. We divide it with 2, so it will be 1 out of 2. So another example, both of the fractions have a different denominator, so we just need to find the LCM between 2 and 6, which is 6. And then 6 divided by 2 is equal 3 times 1 is equal 3 minus 6 divided by 6 is equal 1. 1 times 1 is equal 1. So 3 minus 1 is equal to out of 6. And we can simplify it into 1 out of 3. So this is the answer. Okay, next about multiplying the fraction, and this is all the step to multiplying the fraction. So let's do an exercise. 1 times 2 divided by 2 times 5. So it's equal to out of 10. And we can simplify it. We divide it with 2 and it's equal 1 out of 5. So this is the simple form. And then another example, we multiply 1 times 9, and then for denominator we multiply 3 times 16. So the answer will be 9 out of 48, and we can simplify it. We can divide it by 3, so it's equal 3 out of 16. And then the last operation, which is dividing the fraction. So in this step, you just need to move the position. The numerator will be the denominator and denominator will be the numerator. So let's do an exercise then, yeah? Okay, I have a question 1 out of 2 divided by 1 out of 6. So you just write 1 out of 2 here. And then we have to change the operation to be multiplication. And then we have to move the numerator will be denominator and so on. So it will be 6. 1 times 6 is equal 6 divided by 2 times 1. So it's equal 6 out of 2 is equal 3. So this is the answer. And the other example, you can do it the same way. So 1 out of 8 times 4 out of 1. So it's equal 4 out of 8. And we can simplify it, and it's equal 1 out of 2. So that's all for our lesson today. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the next video. Goodbye!